The Speed Speech with Dr. Louisa. You're welcome to Speed Reading Short Break Series, and yes, we're still on the Speed Switch. We're still on the Speech Switch. Real stories, real people coming to share their wins, how they were able to move from the point of struggling to read because it was too slow for them to the point where they've switched to speed reading. Today we have Travel Less with Loads as the first person to join us today. I hope I pronounced that well. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. And soon as we're going to be having Dr. Louisa come to share her story. The Speed Switch has been amazing. I hope it's been for you as well. I am excited each morning that we've been on this series to come and listen to the stories of real people, real transformation that show that, hey, speed reading is absolutely possible. Not just possible, but is that switch that you need as a professional to actually move from the point where it seems like you're struggling with reading to the point where you actually now love reading. You want to invite a professional to join us today, a banker, a doctor, anyone you know who is struggling with reading to actually come join this conversation, because it will be amazing, and we assure you that you would love it. You would love it being here today. Have you tagged somebody? Tag somebody, tag somebody, tag somebody that we are live. How has it been? How's the speed switch been for you? You know, yesterday was an interesting conversation, and we had, hello Jenny Black, you're welcome. Yesterday was an amazing conversation, and we had Vivian come to share her story, and Vivian said some quite touching stories that she shared here. Vivian said, oh, when she realized that I'm raising a generation, I'm raising children, how will I be able to actually raise these people? And Vivian switched. When she mastered speed reading, she now began to impact her children positively, and most importantly, her world, her impact journey. And yes, we have Dr. Louisa here. Dr. Louisa. Hello, Dr. Louisa. Okay, let's just give her a minute. I think the network is a bit here and there. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, so Dr. Louisa will be sharing her journey with us. Dr. Louisa is a book binger. So it's one who has, so a book binger is someone who is, you know when they say you binge on movies, you binge on Netflix, you binge on something. So when you say someone is a book binger, someone who has moved to the point of loving books so much that reading is no longer boring and uninteresting, and one thing they have to be reminded to do, to the point where reading is now a lot more fun. So, and that's why we call our inner circle program of the Smart Speakers Academy the Book Bingers Booth. That's what we call it, the place where book bingers, book lovers, people who love reading, who have moved away from the point where they were struggling with their reading to the point where they now love reading. And of course, these people take speed reading masterclass. They've taken it, they've tried it, and they've been able to see that they've switched. Yesterday, we had Vivian. You know, it was Engineer Mark, who we have on Saturday, that said that for him, speed reading is like reading on steroids. It's like learning on steroids. That's how he described it. He said because you get injected with so much fun and speed and curiosity with reading that it's as if you are injected, you know, when someone is on steroids. That was how Engineer Mark described it. And it was quite an interesting analogy, because that's what speed actually does to your reading. Because imagine you who struggled to do a page or to do 2 pages. You are now covering a book a week. You are now covering a book in 3 days. It was Jennifer that we had last week, some few days ago, and Jennifer said, I do 2-3 books some weeks. And Jennifer is a busy professional in the UK that has her life going on. Jennifer has toddlers. Jennifer is a coach. She's super duper busy. But yet, Jennifer has seen that, hey, this is absolutely possible because I was able to master speed reading. And she said that change did everything for her. It did everything for her mind, it did everything for her mental development, and most importantly, it did everything for her money. Yes. That conversation that it seems like we need to pamper, no. We're going to say it here. The truth is, the more you learn, the more you earn. High earners are simply high learners. High earning is one thing you discover. The network, was still trying to sort out the network so we can have Dr. Louisa here. But Dr. Louisa shared an interesting, fascinating story sometime last year at the Book Bingers end of year party that we had to close up the year last year. So she's been a book binger with us for a while. And she said that it was her numbers that amazed her and made her to fall in love with reading. When I mean her numbers, her financial numbers. Although in that inner circle group, she was able to say elaborately, and she was able to share that, hey, as a school owner, as someone who is in the financial business hands-on activities, right? She was able to see that beyond what she learned, she's a PhD holder, beyond what she has learned in school as a PhD holder, what she learned with multiplying and managing money, reading books in that area was even more impactful and quite I think Dr. Louisa is having some network challenge here. Dr. Louisa, can you see and hear us? Let's see. I think she's having a little bit of a network challenge. And so just continue until we'll have her here. She'll be able to fix that, hopefully. So, and she said what she was able to see in reality, in tangibility. Can you see and hear me though? Can I be seen and heard? Please, can you confirm that you can see and hear me before I continue? So she said she was able to share that, oh, a lot you can gain from actually reading is a thing, right? Is a thing that you'll be amazed that there's a lot that is lying on the table. Oh, okay. Dr. Louisa is here. Okay. So you can see and hear me. Great. So let's see. Let's see. Oh, Dr. Louisa, is it better now? You can hear me. Oh, let's see. Maybe you want to change your location or try to switch network, ma'am, because we were still not seeing or hearing you, even though it's evident that you're trying to join. Can you try again, ma'am? Let's try it again. Let's see. Let's see. This network got nothing on us. This network got nothing on us. Oh, we still, Dr. Louisa is still showing unable to join. So maybe you want to change your network or something. Maybe you want to change your network or something. So sorry about that. Okay, so we're still waiting for. Hi, everybody. Hi, Nature Smart. Hi, Ngozi Ngomba. I see you. Hello, everybody. We're waiting for Dr. Louisa to join in. She's been trying to join in, and the network has been everywhere. Let's try again. Let's try again. See that this time is better. Dr. Louisa, maybe you want to try to change your network or change a different location or something. I hope it's best. Okay, so it seems like Dr. Louisa is having network glitch here and there. Let's see. I want to try to invite her again. Oh, it's still showing unable to join. It's still showing unable to join. Dr. Louisa, maybe you want to switch your network off and put it on again, or try to change location. Okay, she's sending a request. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Hopefully this works. Okay. It's just showing us that she's unable to join. I keep sending a request. Dr. Louisa, all you need to do is just to accept it, and that'll be it. She would accept, and then we're not seeing, and we're not getting it. All right, so while we're waiting for Dr. Louisa, if you have any questions about speed reading or about the master class, or there's something you need to clarify about speed reading, you can put in the comment section. Let's still continue this conversation. But while we're waiting for Dr. Louisa, I want to address this topic. If you are struggling with your speed, or you're not satisfied with your speed level, when I mean your speed level, your reading level at the moment, I want to say to you that you are not slow, you are just untrained. You are not slow, you are just untrained. Let me start with something that may shock you. You are not a slow reader, you are just an untrained one. So the difference between especially if you've been joining us since the Speed Suite series, and you've heard stories from other people, other professionals, and you're now wondering, I think these people are just naturally speed readers. Are you sure this thing is for me? I'm just too slow. Let me say to you, the difference between the slow reader and the speed reader is just training. So you are not slow, you are just untrained. That's just the difference. Once the training shows up, that's it. Most adults stop working on their speed because of the point they were at their reading when they were taught reading. Hi, Engineer Mark. So we've been waiting for Dr. Louisa, and since we're waiting for her and it's just showing unable to join, I don't know why. So I'm just trying to keep up the conversation while we wait for her to join. Dr. Louisa, you want to try again? What exactly is that? It seems like it's having network glitch, I think. I think it's okay. Hi, Kendali. Dr. Louisa is having some network glitch, and we're wondering what it is. Maybe you want to try again. Okay, let's try again. Let's try again. The network, you've got nothing on us today. The network, you've got nothing on. It's just showing me Dr. Louisa is unable to join. It's just showing me Dr. Louisa is unable to join. And I don't know why. And Dr. Louisa seems a bit bothered about it. Oh my God. She seems a bit bothered. Let's see. Okay, Dr. Louisa, you want to stop sending requests because I think the request is clashing with the invite. Maybe you want to stop sending requests. Let me just add you up and then we'll take it up from there. Because I'm still seeing your requesting to join, and then I'm trying to invite you as well. Okay. So hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. Okay, so the invite has gone, Dr. Louisa. All right, so while we're waiting for her, let's continue the conversation. So I was saying that the difference between the slow reader and the fast reader. Hi, Victoria. We'll be waiting for Dr. Louisa to join, and the network has just been off and on. Sorry, everybody, about the network glitch. Okay, so I was saying that the real problem is you are just an untrained reader. So there's a training for reading. Most people had that training between the ages 4 and 6. So you were trained to read. So what you were taught was how to combine syllables, to make words, and then put them into a rhythm to have what we call now reading. So you are placing sounds together, words together, you can read, right? Most adults now stop growing that speed after secondary school on an average. Some people never actually do anything about it. They didn't even know that it was necessary or it was needed to do anything about it after primary school. For some, up until secondary school, and then they stopped doing anything about it because you were taught to read, but you were never trained to read fast. Now, the good thing about this is that it served you then. You were in primary school, you were in secondary school, you were in the university, and your only preoccupation and profession at the time was to get a degree, was to study on an average, right? What I mean on an average, I mean for the average person. The only reason you're in primary school, secondary school, university is to study. So this is a real thing for you. There's nothing else you're thinking about. Now you are a professional, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever profession you are in, or a business person. I mean, doing business is also a profession. And you now see that, oh, I need to read more. I need to cover books. I need to understand what my profession would require for me to do to stand out. These are the issues that are now real for you. And the question is, can you now cover those books? So you have shelves full of books. You fall into that same trap of continuously trying to meet up to read books. The sad part about this is it forms a circle. The circle of buying books because you still feel guilty that you can no longer read. So at some point you get to a shop and you get angry and say, okay, let me just buy books. I'm going to read them. You buy those books. You bring them to your home, to your office space. They are there. You pick them up. On a day you have a free 10, 20 minutes. And, oh, Dr. Louisa is saying, Coach, I'm here. I know you are here. I know you are here. And I'm wondering, the network is, I can see that you are here. And I can see that my network is good. Okay, so do not send a request now. Just accept the one that you see. The one you see on your screen, just accept and you go live. So do not decline, just accept. When you see it, just accept. And it will work that way. Because I'm still sending you a request. Okay, maybe you want to update your app, ma'am. Maybe you want to update your Instagram app. Because sometimes it happens. Maybe from your app. So Dr. Louisa, they're sending you love from the comment section. Welcome, doctor. Network got nothing on you, ma'am. Absolutely, I love it. Thank you for that warm encouragement right there. Okay, so Dr. Louisa, maybe you want to uninstall your app. Maybe delete it, download another one, and then take it off from there. It's still showing unable to join. It's still showing unable to join. Okay, so let's continue. So I said the circle is there and the circle is real. I'll wait for Dr. Louisa. And then, so you get books, you put them. Now, there's now this guilt of seeing unread books. You get to feel somehow because, how you do one thing is how you do. Oh, Dr. Louisa, please don't cry. She says, I feel like crying. Please don't cry. I think you need to log out, put the app, maybe delete the app or upload it. That's one thing you can do. You want to update it, I beg your pardon. Delete it, download a new one, or update your Instagram. It happens sometimes, so please don't cry. You don't need it to cry. They're even sending you love in the comment section. Network got nothing on you, so we'll just wait a while and I'll keep the conversation going while you try to sort that out. Please, no tears, okay? All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for agreeing and sparing your time to do this with us. All right. So you now deal with that guilt, and because how you do one thing is how you do everything, that guilt, that unfinished work situation begins to trickle down. It now begins to affect the way you think, trickling down to the way you speak, trickling down to the way you show up, the way you show up at work. I think it was Vivian yesterday that was sharing, and Vivian said it got to a point where the way I showed up at work was a bigger problem for me. I would be in meetings, I knew what to say, but I struggled with brain fog. And I can absolutely relate because I've been there. You see, brain fog, I dealt with it. You. Thank you, Dr. Louisa. They say, please don't cry. We're jamming you up here. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Engineer Mark. Thank you, everybody. Okay, and then that brain fog of the thing, it's such a battle. So many professionals deal with it. They begin to doubt their abilities, their competency, and of course their confidence. And this circle now leads to the point where some people just say, you know what, I'm busy, I cannot read. They fall into that trap. But deep down, you know that it is not that you are busy. It's just the slowness. And it's not your fault because, all you can spare when you look at your schedule as a lawyer, as a banker, as a doctor, as a professional in whatever field that you are in, you can only spare 20 minutes daily to read. You can only spare 30 minutes at maximum. And you really want to read, but that 30 minutes, most times for an average person who does 200 words per minute or 250 words per minute, they can't even go past 10 pages with that number of minutes. Some people can't even do up to 12, right? So they begin to wonder how many pages are contained in the average book. So that's why that circle just continues, because 30 minutes you're doing just a few copies of pages in the book, and then you're wondering what the problem is. So the circle just continues. Listen, you are not a slow reader. You are just an untrained one. And speed reading is a result of a training. It's not some magic wand. It's not something I'm going to give to you on 20th of June. It's Friday, yes, it's just a few minutes, 2 days to go, and we'll be there. And you're just wondering, oh, there's one magic wand they're going to give to me. It's a skill. It is learned. So if you are slow reading, it's because you haven't learned the skill of speed reading. The interesting thing is speed reading doesn't end at speed reading. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything, speed reading impacts your speed thinking, resulting in speed speaking. So all those moments where you got to a meeting, you knew what to say. Sometimes you say it and you leave that meeting regretting that you lost the actual lines you would have wished to say. You leave and you're like, oh God, again? Why is it that all the time is when I leave the scene that I know what to say? Slowness of speaking, slowness of words. This is largely tied to the fact that your brain could not process quickly. Some people call it glossophobia. They say, oh no, it's the fear of public speaking, or some people call it impromptu speech issues. Oh, I was called impromptu, that's why I couldn't handle it. No, this is the reason. The reason is you are a slow reader. So your slowness of reading is affecting and resulting in slowness of thoughts, which manifests in slowness of speech, slowness of implementation, slowness of decision making, slowness of action taking. And in today's world, it's the smart world. Today, smart is the new speed. Speed is the new smart. The reason your phone is called a smartphone is largely because of its processing speed, the speed at which it processes. So because it processes fast, do you remember the computers you were using some few years ago? You can remember the computers we were using some few years ago. Do you remember them? Those computers that once you put in something and you're expecting a response, it's sometimes taking ages before the response comes. Next thing they'll say is network glitch, a lot of issues. But today, in the comfort of your home, you use your phone and you can do research, and in few seconds, it's processing and giving you response. That's how speed reading is. That's because that's a speed phone. So what you call a smartphone is actually a speed phone. Yes. So what we call a smart brain is actually a speed brain. That is what speed reading does to you. This is why as a Smart Speakers Academy, we call it smart reading. It's not just speed reading. Because what speed does to you is a more processed smartness. So the next time you show up smart. That's what the Smart Speakers Academy is all about. You learn that skill of smart reading, it results in how you think. You think differently. You think at a different pace. And the way others are now perceiving your thought processing is different. It's resulting in how you speak. Hi, profitable fashionpreneur. I see you. Okay, Dr. Louisa is back. Hopefully, it works this time. Okay, Doc, just accept the invite when you see it. Okay. So while we're waiting for, you begin to speak differently. It shows. It shows in how you show up. It shows in how you speak. It shows in literally everything you do. Okay. So the real problem is professionals today are overwhelmed, not because of lack of information, but because they can't process it fast enough. It's a processing speed problem. So the evidence is that you have shelves full of books, your mind is cluttered, your tabs are open, but your brain is foggy. Your computer ideally shouldn't be faster than you. All right? So the whole brain fogginess is traceable. You don't need more motivation again. You do not need more motivation again. What you need is a new method. Let's replace the old method of reading that you had. The one you were taught at age 6, let's replace it. AI is processing with the speed of light, so your brain has to keep up. Thank you, profitable fashionpreneur. I love it. Thank you, ma'am. AI is processing with the speed of light, so your brain has to keep up. Come on now. Your brain cannot be slower than AI. I hope you remember that the AI is actually someone's brain work. It's actually someone's brainchild. So it shouldn't be, a brainchild shouldn't be faster than a brain. No. You have a brain. So a fellow human's brainchild shouldn't be faster than your brain. That's a brainchild. Some of us just look at it and say, oh, computer technology is so fast. every single technology appliance that you see, that you know, or that you use, all of them were created by humans. They are all other people's brainchilds. The question is, what is your own brainchild? What can give you the ability to create or curate your own brain children is, of course, the speed at which your brain is working at. And look at the way the profitable fashionpreneur puts it. AI is processing with the speed of light, so your brain has to keep up. Your brain has to outweigh that speed. It has to. Why do most adults read slow? Why? Number one, they are still sub-vocalizing. They are still sub-vocalizing. So they read like they are speaking out the words in their head. What this does, it slows down your speaking space when your brain can actually handle more. So your speaking pace is between 150 to 180 words per minute. However, your brain can actually handle 400 to 1,000 words per minute. Some people have actually come up to say that they can actually do up to 2,000 words per minute. Some professionals. All right. But at speaking pace, you can do 150. So you see the difference. So sub-vocalizing is actually reading at the pace of your mouth as opposed to reading at the pace of your mind. Why do professionals still read slow? Number two, you were taught to sound out, not scan. So the difference is sounding out will pace you down. You can actually scan through a book in a few minutes, scan through a page in a few minutes, a few seconds, if it's a page. But what you were taught in primary school, in secondary school, was to sound out every word. We not read aloud. Read aloud. You're now reading aloud. You were taught to sound out. The early reading method was letter by letter, word by word. But in the real world, that method fails for volume. Number three, you don't chunk. Chunking is the way to go, but it's a speed reading technique. So the early reading method was letter by letter, word by word. But in the real world, this pace is going to fight chunking and it will hinder your pace, your speed. Number four, you lack trigger environment. Speed is triggered by focus. But distractions, especially digital distractions, reset your pace to near zero. This is why one of the guides you get when you register for the Speed Reading Masterclass is Distraction Management Guide. That guide gives you the D12 framework for fighting distractions. Too many people, too many adults are struggling with distraction. You plan to read. You went into your study and then pum pum, your phone had a beep. That's how the reading ended. And you say, well, let me just quickly reply that message. And then you are on Instagram. Next, you check TikTok. That distraction is going to hamper your speed. It's going to hamper your speed. So the wrong environment is part of the reason you are reading slow, because you are in the wrong environment. What are you doing on social media during your reading time? It's going to slow you down. Okay. Number five, you have no speed system. Most people read when they feel like it. Again, okay, even me, I struggle with distraction. I sometimes have to put up my phone. Thank you. I love it. Thank you for that response. All right. So for me, I have the people closest to me in my life, they know that time. And in those hours, not just really, there are things I actually block out my phone and put it away. That's what works. But I mean, it has taken me a lot of time to get here, actually. So, and this is what I put in the Distraction Management Guide, a D12 framework for actually dealing with distraction. And that guide comes to you for free. Once it's the Speed Reading Masterclass is over, the guide will be up on our seller store for, I think it's 15,000 naira thereabouts. Trust me, it is a whole combination of proven strategies. 12. The D12 framework that you use is a guide, is a worksheet. So I'm not just telling you theory, I'm working with you throughout the journey, guiding you throughout the journey of how to walk away from distraction. So distraction is one thing that kills speed, because speed is a product of steadiness. Think about it for a moment. If you are a speed cook or a speed teacher or a speed typist, you know the way you use your laptop. You type fast with your laptop. Do you know what is causing it? There are many factors, but number one reason is steadiness. You have used the laptop long enough. I remember the first time I got a laptop. For me to type one sentence, it will take minutes. I'm looking for each letter. I'm looking for each letter. But you know that with steadiness, unbroken attention, when it's time to type, I am on the laptop typing, because that's what I have to do my work. Today, if you tell me to write and type, I would rather type. Because I'm no longer as fast as with writing compared to when I'm on a laptop. Steadiness. And what is steadiness? Unbroken focus on one thing. Remember the acronym for focus, right? Following one thing, following one course until successful. Focus. Following one course until successful. So this is what the whole D12 framework is all about. 12 Ds, 12 actionable steps. It's a guide, it's not a textbook, that will guide you through it, because distraction is a big deal. And it's one of the things that hamper your speed. All right. So you need to have a speed system to be able to move away from that. We still do not have Dr. Louisa, and we'll be ending this live in a few minutes so that we can all go back to what we have to do. So we'll see if we can reschedule with Dr. Louisa maybe later today, but the information will be out there, and let's see how that works. So thank you so much for staying till now. And I'm still trying to give you some value so that the time you blocked out for your short break to join us here will not be a waste. Thank you. Now, the shift is this. You are not broken, you are just untrained. So don't beat yourself. Don't say, oh, that's why my phone is such a distraction. Say this out loud to me instead. Say it with me. Let's go. My brain is fast. My pace is rising. I am becoming a fast, focused reader. My brain is fast. My pace is rising. I am become a fast, focused reader. Okay? Put in the comment section. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Your speed is a matter of certain factors. And one thing I want you to do is to use the link in my bio if you're yet to use it, and register for the speed reading masterclass. Let's see you on the 20th. Once you pay, send us a DM, and with your receipt, I will add it to the community. You meet other professionals, sit it right there, waiting for the 20th of June. You want to also register other professionals that you know are struggling with reading. You need them to be here. Your speed is a matter of skill, system, site training, schedule, space, and supervision. You see all of these 6S, you need them to be able to move away from slow reading to speed reading. All right? So I'll see you on June 20th, where we get into the practicals. Just 2 hours, and you leave the place of slow reading to speed reading. I'll see you on June 20th. Thank you so much for staying till now. We'll give you more details on the next live. But tomorrow we're still having another professional. Yeah, tomorrow we're having someone quite interesting. Yes, all the way from Ghana, joining us tomorrow for the Speed Suite, and it will be amazing. For Dr. Louisa's session, we'll see how we can reschedule it, maybe later today, and we'll try to catch up. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. This is the Smart World.